Hey, it's Trans Woman. Hear me roar. I would samurai chatter if I were that talented. Meow. You have to settle for that. And yes, I said samurai chatter. And I do not mean that in a way to offend anybody. If you're hip to Sasquatch and John Belushi, you know what I'm talking about. If not, ask your AI. Anyway. You already think I'm crazy anyway. You really do, so I have nothing to lose. So I'm going to put this out there too. I want to give a big shout out. Get ready for this. To Sasquatches. Yeah, you heard me right. Bigfoot. Also to people who would be habituators. One of my favorite humans is a fellow named Christopher Noel. I don't know him, but his book gave me delight about 13 years ago. It's worth reading. Check him out. Anybody who lives with Sasquatch in their backyard, and more of you do than you realize, I promise you. I promise you. There's a lot of things in your backyards and in the dark and in the places you don't go. Especially you haters, you're cowardly souls anyway. If you're afraid of me, you're sure as shit afraid to go in the woods and say hello to Sasquatch. That's a no-brainer. So, my shout out to Sasquatch habituators is thank you for not being racist. Because I'll tell you something, I've known this all my life. No shit. Yes, I'm a weirdo. I have known this personally all my life. In my gut. In my mind because of where I grew up. Which is right now none of your business. But let's just say it's a Sasquatch hotspot. Okay? And I grew up in the forest. They were always on the shadows in the corners, peeking around the trees. I know, I felt them. I just knew it. We'll explore that with other videos. But the reason I admire Sasquatch habituators is because these are people. They're people. At least some of them are. And that's what they look like. And you know what? Maybe Sasquatches chose to live underground. Chose to live in caves. Chose to live in the goddamn woods in other fucking dimensions to get away from people who stare at them. I bet you've never thought you would hop on your Facebook or your YouTube and hear a 5'8" transsexual connect Bigfoot with bigots like MAGA fuckers. Yes, habituators are brave souls, courageous people. That takes courage. When a very big person is thumping on the side of your trailer at 3 a.m. and leaving you bizarre gifts on your on your doorstep and making your brain tingle with, well, those of you who know, you know, and those who don't, now you do, to paraphrase Biggie. But yeah, look into it. I'm giving you guys some things to think about. So think about this. What if Sasquatches are just people who don't want to come into town so they get stared at, so therefore they don't get jobs because they get stared at and people are bigots and prejudiced. And they body shame them for being too tall, too hairy, make fun of their feet. And that's why they don't come into town more often and don't want to pay taxes and vote and all the other bullshit. And they stay the fuck away from people like us in the big us sense. Meaning us little, we are little people compared to them in many ways. I am dead serious, you guys. I know you'll already laugh at me anyway. So what do I care what you think if you're laughing at me? If you're not laughing at me, please leave me nice comments down below. Good night.